Let's go out tomorrow. Meet me at the station at 10, okay? And make sure to dress up well this time. Wait a second, Kiana. You can't just decide that on your own. Oh, come on. You always show up anyway. Or do you actually have plans this time? No, I don't have plans, but I've been thinking. I always felt like I was forcing myself to go along, and it's not just the two of us, right? Your friends will be there again. It's always different people, and honestly, having a bunch of guys there too makes it uncomfortable for me. I don't think it's that big of a deal, though. Maybe not for you, since they're your friends, but for me, I'd rather sit this one out. I think you'd probably have more fun without me there anyway. That's not true. Besides, you make things more fun. Everyone laughs when you're around. That's just because you turned me into the joke, right? I hated that, you know. What? I take you out to have fun and you're upset over something like that? It's just a joke. Don't be so uptight. No, see, that's the thing. I don't need you to take me anywhere anymore. But we are friends, aren't we? We are. That's why I'm telling you this. You don't have to keep worrying about me. Why? I already told you why. If you're going to act like you're doing me a favor by inviting me, then I'd rather not be invited in the first place. Why would you say that? Huh? Why are you making such a big deal out of this? I've been explaining the whole time, haven't I? What a waste. I actually made a friend out of someone as gloomy as you. You should be grateful. It's not like anyone else would want to be friends with you. The least you could do is help me out a little. Let people laugh at you so I can look good in front of the guys. It's not like you have anything else going for you. Kiana, is that what you really thought? I know I'm not the most outgoing person, and I don't always talk easily with others, but that's no excuse for the way you're treating me. If you think being my friend is something you do as a favor, then that's not real friendship. What is this, a lecture? You're so annoying. I didn't say anything that wasn't true. So you really believe that? You know, earlier you mentioned wanting to look good in front of the guys, but weren't you into Andrew? Did that change? Of course not. You know how long I've been after him. I've been putting in effort. He's just so clueless, I swear. Huh? You say you're focused on him, but you sure spend a lot of time worrying about other guys' attention, too. Well, duh. Everyone wants to be seen as attractive. Why do you sound like you're judging me? What, just because you're some loner, you think you're better than me? So you don't care how girls see you? Because right now my opinion of you is sinking lower and lower. Oh, please, like I care what you think. Girls are all fake with each other anyway. No point in trying too hard. And I don't even get the fake version? That's how little I matter to you? Well, maybe if you actually did what I said, things would be different. But you're barely above last place in my priorities, so if you start acting out, I have no reason to keep you around. Huh. You're gloomy, boring, not even cute, no style, no social skills. Of course you don't have many friends. And now, when I ask you for one tiny favor, you say no. Seriously, you're hopeless. I don't even know how you made it this far in life. It's impressive, really, the way you can insult someone so effortlessly. If you apologize now, I'll let it slide. I'll even keep inviting you out. After everything you've just said, I don't think anyone would want to keep spending time with someone who talks like that. Wait, you're really not going to apologize? Are you sure? If you don't, we won't be friends anymore. Go ahead, do whatever you want. If you want to end it, that's fine with me. Actually, I'd be relieved. What? Are you serious? You don't even feel bad about talking to me like this? That's funny. Wouldn't that apply to you too? Are you really okay with this? Once we're not friends, we won't hang out anymore. No more invites, no more anything. Why do you sound like you're hesitating? You were the one who started all this. I'm not hesitating. I'm just a good person, so I was worrying about you. You'd be all alone after all. Good person? That's a funny way of putting it. Either way, don't bother. I don't need that kind of concern. Well, you're really hopeless. No wonder nobody likes you. Yeah, maybe. I guess I was never the kind of person who enjoyed hanging out in big groups like you do. We were never really compatible, and this just made it clear. Whatever. Later, loser. Oh, right. Well, since we're being honest, there's something I should tell you. What? Something I've been keeping from you. Since we're not friends anymore, I figured now's as good a time as any to say it. Oh, come on, just spit it out already. You're dragging this out on purpose, aren't you? All right. A little while ago, Andrew confessed to me. Yeah. Oh, I see. I see what you're doing. You're trying to mess with me, trying to get back at me for calling you out. That's cute. You really think I'd actually believe you? That you, of all people, got confessed to by Andrew? Do you take me for an idiot? It's not a lie. Oh, please. You're telling me that Andrew, my Andrew, confessed to you? You think I'm stupid enough to buy that? You, who's got zero appeal, zero presence, zero anything. Andrew's a guy who could have anyone. He could walk into a room, pick a girl at random, and she'd be 10 times better than you. He'd never pick someone like you. You're just trying to get a rise out of me, aren't you? Believe whatever you want, but it happened. No, it didn't. There is no universe where that happens. You're lying. If you're so sure, why don't you ask him? You're bluffing. You know, it's funny. You've been using me as your little go-between, haven't you? Talking to him for you, dropping hints about you, trying to make sure he noticed you. And yet, it was me he confessed to. I didn't even do anything. I wasn't trying. And still, I'm the one he chose. Isn't that ironic? No. That doesn't make any sense. I let you be around him because you weren't a threat. You were supposed to be useful, not... You were supposed to help me. You were supposed to talk to him, figure out what he likes, and tell me so I could use it. And now you're telling me that after all of that, after everything I did, he picked you? I haven't even given him an answer yet. Then say no. What? Say no right now. If you actually cared about me, you wouldn't even be hesitating. It's not that simple. Yes, it is. Just say no. You know how I feel about him. You know I've liked him forever. I have put in all this effort, all this time, and you think you can just take him from me? I didn't take anything from you. You can't steal something that was never yours to begin with. You were so confident, weren't you? So sure of yourself. You thought you had it all figured out, that he was already yours, that all you had to do was keep pushing, keep playing your little games, and eventually he'd just fall for you. But you never stopped to wonder, what if he never liked you in the first place? At first I thought maybe this would be easier if he just fell for you. Maybe that would solve everything. I even tried to push things in your favor. When he confessed, I dropped little hints about you, brought you up, but he already knew. Knew what? Everything. That I was only talking to him because you told me to, that you were trying to use me to get closer to him. No, he didn't. You're lying. You really think Andrew is that oblivious? That he didn't notice how forced everything felt? That he didn't see through your little scheme? So I asked him. What he really thought about you, and you know what he said? What did he say? I'm not into girls like her. I prefer someone more reserved. So you see, this whole time you thought you were playing a game, you thought you had control, but in the end it never even mattered. No. Yeah.
No, that's not how this was supposed to go. I was supposed to be with him. I was supposed to.
But you're not. And now I am done holding back. I accept his confession.
No.
Yes.
You can't.
I just did.
Why? Why would you do this to me?
Because we're not friends anymore, and I don't owe you anything. You spent years putting me down, mocking me, using me, belittling me. And now when I finally stand up for myself, now that I finally have something you want, you're acting like I'm the one who betrayed you. That's funny.
Shut up!
No, I think I've been quiet for long enough. I let you control me. I let you make me feel small. But I'm done. I am not your punching bag anymore.
You think this makes you better than me? You think you're winning?
I think I don't care anymore. Goodbye, Kiana.
No, come back here. You can't just leave. You can't just walk away from me. Hey!
And so, she and I ceased to be friends. After everything had happened, I decided to move forward with Andrew. I gave him my answer, agreeing to be with him. When I told him, his face lit up with a look of pure joy. He said, "I can't believe you actually like someone like me." And hearing that made me so happy. It was a rare moment of genuine emotion, and I could see just how much it meant to him. That simple exchange, his words, felt like a confirmation of all the feelings I had been holding on to for so long. It was like a burden had been lifted from me, and in that moment, everything felt right. The awkwardness of the past, the doubts, the fears, all of it faded away as I saw the sincerity in his eyes. There was no more uncertainty. We were finally in sync. At that moment, I realized just how much I wanted to make this work with him. Being together felt natural, like it was always meant to happen. It wasn't perfect, and I knew we would face challenges along the way, but I had a deep sense of peace with the decision I had made. The happiness I felt was something new, something I hadn't experienced in a long time. Andrew made me feel valued, loved, and for once completely accepted. It was a new beginning for both of us, and for the first time in a while, I was confident about the future. The uncertainty that had clouded my life for so long seemed distant now. Meanwhile, Kiana, who had once been such an important part of our group, didn't take the news well. She didn't accept the situation and certainly didn't take kindly to the fact that Andrew was now with me. Instead of moving on or finding happiness elsewhere, she decided to make things more difficult. She couldn't let go of him, and she began to take drastic, obsessive measures to get his attention. She started plotting ways to steal him away from me, going to great lengths to manipulate situations in her favor. Her behavior became more intense, and it soon escalated into something that went beyond normal jealousy. She started showing up uninvited, texting him incessantly, and even trying to be in places where she knew he would be, all in the hopes of rekindling their past connection. She had crossed a line, and it was clear to everyone around us that she was no longer acting rationally. Her obsession with Andrew led her to become more and more intrusive, and what had once been a somewhat annoying behavior became something darker and more troubling. Eventually, her actions reached a breaking point. What started as harmless attempts to get his attention turned into outright stalking. She would show up at his workplace, at places we frequently visited, and even outside of his home. It was clear that her obsession with him was spiraling out of control. Her behavior was no longer just about trying to win him back. It had become a full-blown fixation that she couldn't shake off. It wasn't long before the situation became so severe that Andrew had no choice but to involve the authorities. He couldn't ignore it any longer, and neither could I. We had tried to talk to her, to make her understand, but she wouldn't listen. She was too far gone into her delusion, and it wasn't just harming her. It was affecting us as well. Kiana had crossed a boundary, and her actions ultimately led her to a situation where the police had to step in. She was caught up in a situation that spiraled out of control, and it was no longer something we could handle privately. The law had to get involved, and from there, everything became even more complicated. She faced legal consequences for her behavior, and the whole town started to talk about what had happened. Her reputation, already tarnished by her behavior, only became worse after the police got involved. No one could ignore how far she had gone in her obsession with Andrew. It was an unfortunate turn of events, but there was nothing that could be done. Kiana had made her choices, and she was the one responsible for where it had led her. She had chosen to keep pursuing something that wasn't there anymore. She had let her jealousy, anger, and obsession take over her life to the point that it had completely consumed her. There was no turning back for her now, and no one could save her from the consequences of her actions. For me, however, it was a reminder of the importance of boundaries, of knowing when to walk away from something toxic, and of valuing what truly mattered. I didn't want to dwell on the mess Kiana had made for herself, but it was hard to ignore the fact that her obsession with Andrew had hurt both of us. What started as a friendship had now been completely overshadowed by her destructive behavior. Her inability to move on had not only destroyed our friendship, but also damaged her own life in the process.
Ara, I have a favor to ask. Do you have a moment?
A favor from Lilia, huh? Well, I'll hear you out at least.
Why do you sound so reluctant? That's rude, don't you think? I haven't even told you what it is yet.
Sorry, but judging by all the favors you've asked of me before, I can't exactly say I'm looking forward to this.
I can't believe you just say that to my face. You really have no tact, do you? Whatever happened to being neighborly? A little bit of goodwill never hurt anyone. Is it really so much to ask for a simple favor?
Oh, sure, a simple favor, like when we were talking about Mark's birthday present and I mentioned how I had to go through hell and back to get that sold-out game console. And what was the first thing you said?
Oh, then why don't you just give it to me? At half the original price, no less. It was used, wasn't it? That price was perfectly reasonable. It's called a friend discount. You're just stingy. How about you take a look at how much it's going for online before calling me stingy? Not that the price was even the point. Ugh, enough about that already. The important thing here is that I'm the one asking for a favor right now. Fine. So what is it this time? Don't worry, it's much easier than the last thing you were fussing over. All right, I'll bite. What is it? I want you to look after Kyle. Kyle? Yes. So can I count on you? I mean, I guess it's not as bad as I was expecting. What do you take me for? If you think it's reasonable, then you'll do it, won't you? Well, that depends on what I have planned for the day. I can't watch him all day or anything. So when are you asking me to do this? When? Obviously, I mean today. Why do you think I'm asking you now? Excuse me? I got a message from some high school friends this morning. They want to meet up today. Ever since Kyle was born, I have been completely tied up with taking care of him. So I haven't been able to go out much. But I finally got an invite again, and I think I deserve to have a little fun, don't you? So I'm asking you to do me this favor. No, helping you out is not the issue here. Do you realize how insane it is to drop this on me on the same day? You can't just decide at the last minute to dump your kid on someone else. What are you so upset about? Would you rather I bring him along to an adult gathering? Kyle's a well-behaved kid, but some people just don't like having children around. It's common courtesy to be mindful of that. That is not what I'm talking about. The issue here is that you're the one asking for a favor, yet you didn't even consider my schedule. You're acting like it's a given that I'll just say yes. It's not like I planned this ahead of time. They only just invited me today. They probably didn't even know I had a kid. Then why didn't you just turn them down? Didn't I just explain this? I work hard every single day. I have barely had any free time since Kyle was born, and I deserve to have a little fun too. It's not a crime to let loose once in a while. It is when you're forcing your responsibilities onto someone else. If it's really that last minute, you could still cancel. Too late, I'm already on the train. You're what? I said I am already on the train. Are you serious? You didn't even wait for my answer. Well, the meetup is pretty far, so I had to leave early. Then, where is Kyle right now? You were planning for me to watch him, weren't you? Oh, don't worry, he's fine. He's at the park near my house. Since it's close by, you can just swing by and pick him up, right? You can't be serious. You actually left a first grader alone at the park? What's the problem? I didn't just abandon him. He's playing, having fun. I figured he'd enjoy himself more that way instead of just sitting around waiting. Do you even hear yourself right now? You seriously think it's okay to just leave him there? What if something happens? That's why I'm asking you to pick him up, so that nothing happens. You've got to be kidding me. You can't just dump a child at the park and hope for the best. Do you realize how dangerous that is? Oh, come on. Don't be so dramatic. Nothing's going to happen. And what if something does happen? Then what? That's why I need you to hurry up and go get him. No, you don't get it. If something happens, it's your fault, not mine. You're the one who just left him there. Excuse me? If something happens to Kyle while you're supposed to be watching him, then it's your responsibility. Oh, hell no. You are not dumping that on me. If something happens, it's because you made an incredibly reckless decision. You can't just throw a kid at someone with no warning and expect them to take responsibility. I don't see what the big deal is. You're acting like I abandoned him in the middle of nowhere. It's just a park. That is not the point. You can't just assume everything will be fine. What if he gets hurt? What if someone shady approaches him? You didn't even wait for my answer before leaving him there. You're really overthinking this. Just go get him already. Absolutely not. You need to turn right around and pick up your own kid. I am not going to clean up this mess for you. Ugh, you are so unreasonable. Why can't you just help me out like a real friend? A real friend wouldn't spring something like this on me with zero notice and then dump all the responsibility on me. This is your kid, Lilia. Start acting like it. It's your responsibility to take care of the child. Excuse me? No, I never agreed to that. Just do it already. I am asking you so nicely here. Nicely?
That's what you call this? Because from where I'm standing, you're just demanding things and acting like I owe you something. You don't think about how much trouble you're causing for other people. You expect everyone to bend over backward for you, and then when they don't, you act like they're the problem. I honestly don't know how you expect me to just nod along and agree with you. It's baffling. Oh, for crying out loud, do you even care about Kyle at all? He's probably sitting somewhere alone right now, wondering where his mother went. He might be scared. He might be crying. Do you really not care about that? And whose fault is that? Oh, come on. I'm not asking you to do anything complicated. Just go pick him up, bring him over to your house, and let him play with Naoya for a few hours. That's literally all I'm asking. That would solve everything, so why are you being so difficult about it? Difficult? This isn't me being difficult. I am telling you I can't do it today. Oh, please, it's not like you have anything better to do. You're not busy. You don't even have a job. Would you stop acting like I'm just sitting around all day doing nothing? I may not have a full-time office job, but I run a household. I take care of my family, and I even have side jobs. And if you really want to go there, then maybe you should take a look at yourself before you start pointing fingers. What the hell is that supposed to mean? How rude. Wow, your self-absorbed attitude really is something else. Enough. Just take care of him. That's final. No. Your feelings don't matter in this. This isn't about feelings. I physically can't do it. What? What does that even mean? It means my family has a memorial service for my grandfather tomorrow, and we've already left town to stay at my parents' place. I can't just leave and come back. Even if I wanted to, it would take hours, and by then, it wouldn't even matter. So no, I can't help you. Not today. Sorry. Sorry doesn't cut it. What about Kyle? If something happens to him, it's on you. No, it's on you. I didn't leave my child alone at a park and expect someone else to clean up my mess. But as much as I hate to say it, even though you're unbelievably selfish, pushy, and exhausting, I do understand that you're worried about him. Oh, so now you're just throwing insults at me. You really are awful. I don't even know why I ever considered you a friend. Maybe because our kids get along. If it weren't for Kyle, I wouldn't have a single reason to deal with someone like you. You have to be kidding me. How could you say something so mean? That's not important right now. About Kyle, I was initially thinking of calling one of the other moms in the neighborhood to see if someone could go pick him up, which, frankly, is something you should have done yourself instead of shoving your responsibilities onto me. What do you mean, initially? The situation changed. Turns out Kyle is a lot more independent than I thought. Why are you suddenly bringing that up? That has nothing to do with this. Actually, it has everything to do with it. Your son realized his own mother had abandoned him, so he decided to take matters into his own hands. He went to your husband's workplace on his own. Guess it's not too far from the park. When he got there, he told your husband, Mom said I should go to Mark's house to be taken care of. And that's when your husband called me. What? Your husband was too busy to leave work, so he had Kyle stay at the company daycare. So Kyle is safe, and I don't need to do anything else. Not that I ever should have needed to. Oh, I mean, well, as long as Kyle's okay, that's all that really matters. By the way, didn't your husband message you? I figured he wouldn't have time to call, but I assumed he'd at least text you. Wait. Oh no, he did message me. It says, "You better be ready when I get home." Yeah, sounds about right. Well, that's not my problem. I have nothing to do with any of this, so I'll be going now. I actually have other things to take care of. Wait. What now? You've already helped this much. Can't you just do one more thing? Like, maybe help me convince my husband to calm down or something? I mean, we're mom friends, aren't we? We live in the same neighborhood. That's funny. I could have sworn I heard someone saying, I don't even know why I ever considered you a friend. Or was that just my imagination? Come on, you know what I meant. It was just... I was upset, okay? I wasn't thinking. But look, you've already been involved in this much. I mean, you care about Kyle, don't you? Couldn't you just, I don't know, talk to my husband? Maybe smooth things over? You really don't get it, do you? This isn't about Kyle anymore. It's about you. You keep acting like everyone is just supposed to pick up the slack for you. You don't take responsibility for anything, and then when things start falling apart, you look for someone else to blame. That's not true! Isn't it?
You left your child alone. You assumed I would deal with it. You didn't check your messages. Now your husband is mad. And instead of taking accountability, you are asking me to fix it for you. How am I supposed to take you seriously? Like I said, this whole mess, your fault. It has absolutely nothing to do with me. So with that, goodbye. A few days later, when we returned home, her husband came to apologize. According to him, he had been growing increasingly frustrated with his wife's selfish behavior, which had been escalating over time. He had tried to tolerate it for as long as he could, but this incident had pushed him to his breaking point. As a result, he made the difficult decision to file for divorce. They had a serious discussion, and in the end, they reached an agreement on custody arrangements. He had been granted full custody of their son, Kyle, and as a result, Kyle would be living with him from that point onward. The apology was sincere. Her husband expressed regret over the way things had unfolded, and despite everything that had happened, he asked if we could continue being friends with Kyle. He acknowledged that his ex-wife had caused a lot of trouble, but he wanted to ensure that Kyle didn't lose the connection he had with the people who cared about him, including us. He seemed genuinely concerned for his son's well-being, wanting him to grow up in a positive environment despite the turmoil in his own life. We all agreed that we would continue to stay close with Kyle. The past was behind us, and we didn't want to let it affect the bond we had formed with him. Kyle was a good kid, and he didn't deserve to be caught in the middle of the mess that his parents had created. As much as his mother had caused trouble, Kyle was innocent in all of it. We reassured her husband that we would always be there for Kyle, and we were happy to continue being a part of his life. After the conversation, we agreed that Kyle and his dad could stay with us for the time being. They didn't have a stable place to stay at that moment, so it seemed like the right thing to do. We knew it would be an adjustment for all of us, but we were more than willing to offer them a place to stay while they worked things out. In the days that followed, Mark and Kyle quickly became close friends. They had always gotten along well, but now they had the opportunity to spend even more time together. It was heartwarming to see how easily Kyle adapted to his new living situation and how much he seemed to appreciate the support he was receiving. The two of them would play games, watch movies, and share stories about their days. It was a small but comforting reminder that even in difficult circumstances, the presence of good friends can make a world of difference. Eli, it's Truny. Hey, you haven't contacted me at all this late. What exactly are you doing? Where are you right now? Come on, at least send me a message.
Bailey! Sorry, I know I promised, but I ended up running late.
Huh? Eli, Bailey? Promise? What are you talking about?
Oh, come on, don't be mad. My boss wouldn't let me go and dragged me out for drinks. I just finally got away.
I see.
Yeah, seriously. I already hate drinking with that guy, and on top of that, my wife would not stop blowing up my phone. You know, where are you? What are you doing? Nagging me non-stop. It was such a pain.
Oh, it was a pain, huh?
I swear she acts like she thinks I'm cheating or something. Not that she has any proof, so there's nothing she can really do.
Huh.
And I'm already suffering enough dealing with my annoying boss trying to keep my patience. She doesn't even try to understand how tough my day's been. Honestly, she's just way too much. That's why I'd much rather be with someone cute and sweet like you. You're such a breath of fresh air. I just want to hold you already.
I'll be waiting.
Sorry again for being late. It must have been lonely waiting all by yourself at the hotel, huh? I'm almost there. And hey, tomorrow's my day off. Why don't we just spend the whole day together? And to make it up to you, I'll even buy you something fancy. Another designer gift. How's that?
Really? That makes me so happy.
Of course. Look forward to it. Hey, trunk.
What?
What? Don't give me that! First you start acting all weird throwing accusations at me, and now you're locking me out of my own house? I get home late because of work obligations, and this is what I come back to.
Huh? Why?
Why? That's what I should be asking you! Let me guess, you're pissed again because I stayed out?
The fact that you're bringing this up now means you didn't come home last night either. Not just a late night, more like disappearing for 2 whole days. And now you want to act like the victim?
2 nights ago, my boss forced me to go out drinking, and I crashed at a coworker's place. Then yesterday was my day off, so I just went out and had some fun with him. What's the big deal? It's my free time. I can do what I want.
Oh, and what exactly are you trying to say?
What am I trying to say? Are you serious? I'm saying don't lock your own husband out of the house.
If you've got the energy to stand around outside complaining, maybe just open the door yourself. Oh, wait, don't tell me. You forgot your key?
I left it at home that night, okay? If I had it, I wouldn't be asking you for help, obviously.
Oh, I see. So you forgot your key, yet somehow you're the one acting all high and mighty?
What? People forget things sometimes. You don't have to be so damn petty about it just because you're in a bad mood.
Oh, are you describing yourself right now?
Oh, you're so damn annoying.
I mean, come on, you're clearly the one who's mad here.
Of course I'm mad. I come home, can't even get inside, and instead of just opening the door, you're bombarding me with accusations through text messages. Anyone would be pissed. Now stop wasting time and open the damn door.
Oh, so I'm annoying and persistent, huh? Quite the choice of words. Tell me, what exactly about me is so annoying?
Are you serious? You never listen. You never trust me.
Oh, you mean like how you've been coming home late, staying out overnight, and suddenly taking days off to party? That kind of not trusting you?
Yeah!
And you seriously thought that would convince me? Because to me, that just sounds like a guy trying way too hard to cover up an affair.
That's only because your mind is filthy. I'm out there working my ass off, dealing with people I don't even like, trying to keep things smooth at my job. And what do I get? A wife who treats me like a damn criminal, with no proof, by the way.
Oh, proof. Yeah, that's the thing. I haven't said anything yet because I was waiting. I wanted to see just how you'd slip up.
You talk like you know I did something. This is borderline defamation, you know.
Oh, is that so?
Enough! This is getting us nowhere! Just open the door already! If you've got something to say it to my face!
Yeah, about that. That's gonna be a little difficult.
What? Quit messing around! What, are you too scared to talk to me directly? Coward!
Oh, it's just... I'm not there.
What? Wait, you're not home? At this hour? You're never out this early. What the hell are you doing?
You might want to check yourself. That's what they call a boomerang, right to the face. And no, it's not funny.
Quit screwing around! I'm asking why you, of all people, are out of the house at this time! It's weird! What, you got something to hide now?
Oh? Is that what you think? Oh, actually, there was something kind of funny.
What?
You really have no idea, do you?
What the hell are you talking about?
You are so clueless, it's almost sad. Here, why don't you take a good look at our chat history? Scroll up. Check out the last messages you sent me before this conversation started.
What? What the hell are you getting at?
Just read it. Go ahead.
Fine. What am I even looking for?
Oh, you'll see.
What the hell is this?
Oh, you read it? Well then, let's hear your thoughts.
Shut up! I was drunk! I messed up a lot of things, okay?
Oh, really? Drunk, huh? I mean, I was honestly shocked, you know. It's not every day I get a message like that in the middle of the night. At first, I wasn't sure how to react. I figured maybe you were just being an idiot. But then I thought, what if he actually screws up and digs his own grave? So I decided to just play along. And wow, you did not disappoint. You kept talking and talking, shoveling deeper and deeper, making it worse with every word. It was almost fascinating to watch. I was even looking forward to what kind of pathetic excuse you'd come up with in the morning. But you didn't even realize, not a single hint of guilt. You just woke up like it was any other day.
I told you already, I was drunk!
Oh, sure, drunk. Drunk enough to call out some woman's name, to text her saying you wanted to spend some quality time together, to head straight to the hotel where she was waiting alone. And to top it all off, you even bragged about how you'd bought her expensive gifts multiple times. But no, of course, you weren't cheating.
Just going there doesn't prove anything. It's not like there's solid evidence. And if I just wandered in drunk, it means even less. Besides, I was joking.
Joking? Wow, that's your defense? Okay, let's play along with that logic. Even if it was a joke, it doesn't change the fact that you clearly had somewhere you'd rather be than at home with me. You made your priorities clear, so I made mine. I moved out.
What?
Which means when you came stumbling back home that night, you were talking to an empty apartment. Muttering, making excuses, maybe even cursing under your breath. All of it to absolutely no one. That image alone is priceless.
What the hell are you saying?
Oh, and one more thing. I left the divorce papers on the table along with a letter, but plot twist, you forgot your key and couldn't even get inside, could you? What a poetic ending.
Are you mocking me? Just hold on. What do you mean you moved out?
Well, you see, a friend I used to work with before we got married had been asking me for a while. They're launching a new apparel brand and wanted me to join the team. They even set up a place for me to stay. Pretty generous, don't you think?
Generous?
But you know, when we got married, you told me to quit my job. So I hesitated, even though I had some side income. I wasn't sure if I should really take that step and go back to work. And just when I was struggling with that decision, your little cheating scandal happened. Then, as if the universe wanted to give me one last push, you sent that absolutely ridiculous, incriminating, misdirected message 2 nights ago. That was the final straw. I made up my mind. I'm divorcing you.
I already told you, there's no proof I cheated!
That house was yours to begin with, and I didn't have much stuff, so moving out didn't take long. Still, if you had just come home that night, I would have sat down and talked things through. I was willing to have that conversation, but no, you didn't even come home. Not only that, you strolled in the next morning without a care in the world. I was speechless.
I already told you why!
And I already told you. I can't believe you're still denying it.
Because there's no proof!
You know, a confession of infidelity counts as evidence in court.
Even if that's true, if I was drunk and just joking around, it wouldn't hold up! I've been saying this from the start!
Fair point. Even with all this, if you spin it that way, it could be tough to make it stick in court. I was hoping to get a proper settlement out of you.
There wasn't even an affair to begin with! Get that through your head!
Oh, about that. To gather proof, I did a little digging into the women around you, specifically one named Bailey. And guess what? It took me less than a day to find something interesting.
What?
Well, turns out a friend of yours knows Bailey, and according to them, she's actually engaged. But she's been hiding that fact while cozying up to different men and getting them to buy her expensive gifts.
Excuse me?
Apparently she was so proud of her little sugar daddy list that she even showed it off. Your friend was completely disgusted.
A sugar daddy list? So she was using me the whole time? That bitch!
Oh, look at that. You just confessed. Not that it really mattered. I already saw your name on the list anyway. So yeah, I'll be filing the divorce papers. And don't forget about the settlement.
That's not the point! I should be suing that woman instead!
Honestly, as long as you pay what you owe, I couldn't care less what you do.
Oh, please! It's just some pocket change, right? What are we talking here, $1,000? $2,000?
Well, I'll be discussing the exact amount with my lawyer, but probably around $20,000, maybe $30,000.
What?
Oh, by the way, did I mention who Bailey's fiancé is? It's your boss's son.
What?
Oh, and before I forget, I left your spare key in the mailbox. Have fun with that. Bye. After everything settled down, the divorce was finalized without any major complications. The alimony was arranged, and I received it all in one lump sum, just as I had planned and hoped for. At last, the chapter with Eli, with all of its pain and turmoil, was officially closed, and I was free to move forward with my life. However, Eli seemed to have grossly underestimated what the costs of the divorce would be. I learned that he had anticipated a far smaller settlement, and when the final amount was revealed to him, the shock on his face was almost comical. Apparently his reaction was something straight out of a tragic comedy. He was an emotional wreck, tears and snot running down his face as he wailed, "My savings are all gone! Everything's gone!" The man was beside himself, and it was honestly a bit pathetic to witness. Still, I couldn't help but feel a strange sense of satisfaction in knowing that the reality of his actions had finally hit him hard. His complacency, his selfishness, his total disregard for anyone but himself, none of it had prepared him for the consequences of his behavior. It was almost poetic justice that he now had to face the very fallout that he tried so hard to avoid for so long. His financial meltdown was nothing compared to the consequences he faced in his career. Word spread fast in the office about the divorce, and the whispers didn't take long to reach his ears. His colleagues and peers began murmuring about how he had stolen the CEO's son's fiancée, a scandal that would forever tarnish his reputation. The office became so uncomfortable for him that, after some time, he made the decision to quit his job. The atmosphere had turned so toxic that he couldn't even show his face without feeling like everyone was talking behind his back. The once proud man who had built his life on manipulating others and maintaining a facade of superiority was now reduced to someone unable to even work in peace. He had failed so spectacularly, and the shame that followed was a bitter pill for him to swallow. Things didn't get better for Bailey either. She had her own set of disastrous consequences to face. The infamous sugar daddy list that she had kept hidden from her fiancé had been uncovered, and needless to say, it didn't end well. When her fiancé found out about her list of men she had been secretly courting for financial support, it was the final straw in their already rocky relationship. Their engagement was abruptly called off, and she was left to pick up the pieces of her broken plans. But that wasn't the end of her downfall. To add to her already mounting issues, Bailey soon faced legal troubles. She was hit with alimony claims from both me and the translator, which were only the tip of the iceberg. She was also being sued by several men who felt they had been deceived by her, claiming that she had been running some kind of marriage scam. To top it all off, Bailey's parents, who had once supported her no matter what, disowned her when they found out the full extent of her actions. They couldn't stand by her when it became clear how far she had gone in manipulating everyone around her. Her once promising future now seemed to be slipping away, and her life was spiraling into a never-ending series of legal disputes and personal failures. In the end, she found herself resorting to the very things she had tried to avoid, working late-night jobs just to make ends meet. It was a far cry from the luxurious lifestyle she had once envisioned, and yet it felt like nothing more than the culmination of all her bad choices. To me, watching Bailey's world crumble was almost satisfying in its own way. I didn't feel any joy from her misery, but I couldn't help but see the karmic retribution unfolding. All of her manipulations, all of her selfish desires had eventually come back to bite her in the most dramatic way. There was a certain sense of justice in the way her life had turned out. Even if I didn't wish such hardship upon anyone, it was a bitter reminder that the choices we make in life have lasting consequences, and sometimes they are more far-reaching than we ever realize at the time. On the other hand, my life had taken a completely different turn, one that was marked by growth, peace, and fulfillment. In the aftermath of the divorce and all the chaos that had surrounded it, I found myself in a place of stability. One of my close friends had started a brand, and it had taken off faster than any of us had anticipated. It was such an exciting time for me. I had the opportunity to help build something from the ground up, and the satisfaction I felt from watching it succeed was something I could have never predicted. What once seemed like a chaotic period in my life had turned into a period of transformation, where I was able to focus on personal and professional growth. The brand's success allowed me to live in a way that felt truly fulfilling. Each day was filled with new challenges, yes, but they were challenges that brought me joy because they were aligned with what I wanted to accomplish. I had become more independent, more self-assured, and more passionate about what I was doing. And honestly, I had Eli's carelessness to thank for it. If it hadn't been for his utter disregard for anyone but himself, if he hadn't made the mistakes that ultimately pushed me to the point of no return, I might still be stuck in that toxic relationship, waiting for things to get better. The truth is, his betrayal set me free in ways I never would have imagined. It was through the pain of the past that I had found the strength to move forward and create something better for myself. Looking back now, I can't help but feel grateful for the way things unfolded. Life had its ups and downs, yes, but it was these very challenges that shaped me into the person I am today. The difficulties I faced, though tough at the time, ultimately led me to discover a new sense of purpose and direction. It was through the chaos that I learned who I really was and what I was capable of. Eli and Bailey might never fully understand the impact they had on my life, but I certainly had learned a lot from their actions. Life had shown me the value of resilience, of finding strength in the face of adversity, and of knowing when to walk away from situations that no longer served me. In the end, I realized that the most important thing was not what had been taken from me, but what I was able to build for myself in the aftermath.
Chris, I need to talk to you. There's something that's been on my mind for a while, and I really want to discuss it with you.
Oh, Rosa, I've already asked you multiple times about this, but could you please stop calling me by my first name? It's really starting to cause some trouble, especially at work. People have started noticing, and it's becoming a bit awkward. I really don't want to make things uncomfortable for anyone, especially since we work so closely together.
You're so why, aren't you? But, I really want to call you by your first name. You're my subordinate here, but I think it would be a good way to bridge the distance between us. I'm your superior, and I'd really appreciate it if you could just accept it. It's a small thing, don't you think? I really doubt that anyone is going to care about me being a bit closer to you.
Isn't that a bit of an abuse of power? I mean, we're colleagues first and foremost. Shouldn't there be a certain professional boundary? You have to admit it feels like you're overstepping just a little bit.
Actually, there's something I've been thinking about. I think you should call me by my first name, too. It'd be nice, wouldn't it? We'd seem even closer, like we were on more equal footing. I mean, we're adults, right? Plus, if you do it, we could be more open, more relaxed with each other. It would make it seem like we've got a really strong working relationship. It's kind of an advantage, don't you think?
Please, don't do that. I really can't afford any rumors getting out. If people start talking, I'll be in serious trouble. I've worked hard to establish my professional reputation, and I don't want anything to mess that up. You know how sensitive things can get at the office?
Oh, I understand. I won't push it then. But I want you to know that I'm doing this out of kindness. I'm being generous, just letting it go for now. You can thank me later. I'm very accommodating, aren't I?
Right, yes, I appreciate it. I know you mean well, but this is just a bit tricky for me.
Oh, that reminds me of something. There's something I've been meaning to ask you for a while now.
Huh? What's that?
Well, I've been dying to ask you about something. It's been bugging me for some time, and I can't hold it in anymore. I'm sorry if this seems a bit sudden, but I've been curious.
Something you want to ask me? I don't really know what this is about.
Yes, you do. I know you've been trying to keep it under wraps, but I've got a pretty good sense of what's been going on. I'm not blind, you know.
What do you mean? I don't understand what you're talking about.
Oh, come on, don't pretend like you don't know. It's clear as day. You don't need to keep hiding it from me. I've already figured it out, so there's no point in keeping up the act anymore.
I'm sorry, I really don't understand. Could you just tell me what you're talking about?
Oh, you're really making me spell it out for you? Why do you always do this? You know you're really difficult sometimes.
Rosa, I really don't know what you're referring to. Can you just tell me?
Wait, seriously? You really don't know what I'm talking about? I thought you were smarter than this. Okay, fine, I'll give you a hint, but you really should have figured it out by now.
A hint? All right, go ahead, I'm listening.
Your friend, Robert, the one who sits next to you at work, right? He's been your friend for years, even before you started at the company. You know him well, don't you?
Yes, that's true. Robert and I go way back, but what does this have to do with anything? Did Robert say something? Did he do something I should know about?
Well, he's got quite a reputation for gossiping, doesn't he? You know how he is, always talking about other people behind their backs.
The other day I overheard him talking to someone about you. It was about something important. Something personal. I wasn't particularly fond of him before, but after hearing that conversation, I felt like I should at least thank him for letting me in on the secret. If he hadn't said anything, I would still be in the dark, so I guess for once I owe him a little gratitude.
I don't know what you're talking about. I really don't.
Oh, you're really making me work for it, aren't you? You're being so dense. All right, let me jog your memory. Think really hard. Robert, that guy who sits next to you, you told him something pretty significant recently. You should remember.
Wait, are you talking about the engagement? The thing with my partner?
Yes, that's exactly it. You're getting married. You've been keeping it a secret from me, but honestly, I'm not surprised. Everyone else seems to know about it now, thanks to Robert.
Well, yes, it's true that I'm getting married. I've already told some of my friends about it, but what's the issue? Why are you so worked up about this?
You wanted to keep it a surprise, didn't you? But I really think things like this should be discussed between the two of us first, not just broadcasted to everyone. It's a huge step, and it's something you should have shared with me before telling everyone else. I mean, I get that you're excited, but proposing is a pretty big deal. You haven't even done that yet, and here you are telling Robert about it like it's already done.
Excuse me, I don't see the problem here.
Problem is that you didn't even tell me, the one involved in this, before sharing it with everyone else. You just assumed it was okay to tell other people first. That's what's wrong. You should have come to me first. I mean, we've been through so much together, and I thought we had a better understanding than this.
Wait, why would I need to tell you first? Why is this such a big deal to you?
Well, I thought it was obvious. Of course I'll say yes when the time comes. I'm thrilled. I heard Robert say something about getting a promotion through some sort of power move, but don't worry, I'll make sure your dad knows about everything too. He'll be in the loop.
I'm sorry, but I still don't understand what you're saying.
It's simple. I'm saying that we should be looking at wedding venues already. We need to start planning the details.
I think there's been some serious misunderstanding here. I'm not marrying you, Rosa.
Wait, what? What do you mean?
What do you mean? What do I mean? You've got to be kidding me. How did you misunderstand all of this?
I don't know what's going on right now. Are you saying you and I aren't a couple?
No, Rosa, I've been with someone else. We've been together since college, and yes, we're getting married. I thought you knew this.
Oh, come on, stop with the jokes. You can't be serious. You may not have taken me out on dates or called me by my name, but there was always something. There was always something between us. I know it. You might not admit it, but it's there.
So now you're telling me that everything that's happened between us somehow means we're together? It's completely ridiculous. I didn't do anything to make you think that. What exactly did you misunderstand? What part of our interactions made you believe we were a couple?
Well, I mean, when you greeted me with a smile at work, when you praised me for my work, when you were so kind and attentive to me. How could I not think there was something there? You were always so considerate.
And that's where you're wrong. Do you really think I would give you special treatment because I have romantic feelings for you? You're my boss, Rosa. I've been nothing but professional. There's no room for misinterpretation. It's just basic courtesy at work, nothing more.
Oh, please, don't try to brush it off so easily. I'm not a fool. You even told me you liked me when I asked. Don't you remember that?
You're confusing things. All I said was yes when you asked if I liked you. But that was just a polite response. It wasn't an admission of any deep feelings for you. There was nothing more to it than that. I didn't deny it because there was no point in doing so. But honestly, I didn't mean it the way you took it.
Why do you have to be so cruel about it now? You're making me feel like an idiot for even believing in the possibility. How can you just throw away everything like that?
I'm not being cruel, Rosa. I'm just being honest. The truth is hard, but it's the truth. You've built this whole fantasy in your head, and I don't think it's fair to either of us to pretend that it was anything more than a professional relationship.
But I thought there was more to it. When you were talking about promotions and power, I thought that you were talking about us. Thought I was special to you, that me getting married to you would give me some kind of advantage because of your father's position. Wasn't that your plan?
You really think I would use a relationship like that to get ahead? If I were going to use someone to climb the ladder, it wouldn't be you, Rosa. It's not about power or using connections. And you're mistaken if you thought this had anything to do with your father's influence in the company. I have no interest in manipulating my way through life like that.
But you said to Robert that you were using connections for a promotion. I thought you meant you were talking about me and about how my father could help you move up. That was the whole reason behind everything, wasn't it?
No, you've got it all wrong. What I said to Robert was about the fact that I won't use anyone for promotion. Your father's position doesn't affect my choices. It's a simple truth. If you'd really listened, you'd know that I said it's not about your family's influence at all. This is something personal that I'm doing on my own merit.
Then, what's going on? What are you saying? Are you trying to tell me that we're not connected in any way? That you and I have nothing at all?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. You're reading far too much into all of this. My relationship with you is professional. I'm focused on my work, and that's all there is to it. I'm sorry you misunderstood, but that's the truth.
No, this isn't possible. You can't just act like this doesn't matter. You can't make me feel like this was all in my head when you played along with it. When you told me things like you liked me, when you treated me differently from others, and now you're pretending it was all nothing.
You've got it wrong, Rosa. I never led you on. I never promised anything. I treated you well, yes, but that was as a colleague. Don't make it into something more than it is. I thought we were clear about this, but it seems I didn't communicate properly. I'm sorry you felt led on, but that was never my intention.
You never intended to lead me on, but your actions did lead me on. When you said those things, when you told me that you liked me, I took them at face value. I trusted you.
I understand how you might have interpreted things that way, but I swear to you it wasn't intentional. I never wanted you to feel like this. If I had known you felt this way, I would have been more careful. But the way you've taken everything and blown it out of proportion is unfair to me, too.
I don't know what to say to you now. All this time, I thought you were the one for me. I thought I had a chance, that this could work. But now I am nothing more than just another colleague to you. You never saw me as anything else, did you?
I didn't think of you like that, no. I didn't look at you through any lens other than as a coworker. I treated you the same way I treat anyone else at work. The feelings you've developed are your own, but I never encouraged them. You misread the signals, and now we're in this situation.
I don't know if I can accept that. You have hurt me more than you know. I thought you were someone I could rely on, someone who would understand me. But instead, you've turned this into a professional obligation, and it's like nothing we had matters anymore. You really have no feelings for me, do you?
I don't want to hurt you, Rosa, but the truth is that I don't feel for you in the way you want me to. We both need to move forward and focus on what we need to do in this office. Let's leave this behind us for the sake of both of us. We can't keep pretending that there was something here when there wasn't. You need to face the facts.
I don't know how I can face the facts. All I wanted was to matter to you. I wanted us to be something real. But now it's like everything was just a lie.
It wasn't a lie. It was a misunderstanding. We were colleagues. We had a working relationship and nothing more than that. I'm sorry if you thought otherwise, but that's the truth. And for both of us, it's time to let it go.
So that's it? You're just going to walk away from this like it was nothing?
I'm not walking away from anything, but I can't keep pretending. You need to understand that this wasn't anything more than what it was. And I need to focus on my work as I always have.
I don't think I'll ever be able to forgive you for this. Not after everything you've done. I don't know how to move on, but I guess I'll have to. You've made it clear there's no room for me in your life.
I never meant for you to get hurt, but this isn't something I can change. It's time for both of us to move on for our sake and the sake of the work we do here. I'm sorry it's come to this.